Hello everyone, it's the 23rd of August. Yesterday there was a down day and we had this blue sideways channel you can see here, and once it broke down, so I'm going to repeat actually a little bit more long term. Remember this green channel that was broken, and this is the failed penetration attempt. It came down, it rallied. Now it also came back to this green resistance level. It didn't touch it really exactly, but it came very close. It stopped at that blue top band, came down, it cleared this blue internal support, which is why we shorted it yesterday at 56.30. But then it came down to this blue bottom band. It didn't really touch it at that blue bottom band, but it came very close to it. My target was 55.75. It came down to 55.85. We already closed half of the short, so that's okay. And I'm holding the remaining short, thinking it's going to probably come down to this blue support or even that purple bottom band. I'm going to remind this purple bottom band right here. This is a potential uptrend together with the red uptrend. That is also a potential. So either way, either this purple bottom band is going to hold and we rally the top, the boundaries of the purple. You can see the internal support that was broken yesterday. We may get a back test on that blue broken support today, which is going to be around 56.35-ish. And then from there, we may come down one more time, maybe touch that blue plus purple together. And then if that purple bottom band holds, we rally to 5700. So I'm going to be watching that purple bottom band very carefully, if and when it gets there. So the uptrend is still very much intact. I just took a swing short, which worked, but and I'm holding the remaining short because maybe we're going to touch that purple bottom band before we rally. This is SPX cash, and you can see that green support was broken support, was back tested, which is why it reversed. Unlike ES, it touched it. Now, is it going to come down to the purple or even that red bottom band before it rallies? That's the question. Dow Jones had this blue resistance that was broken, but it was very sloppy, so I'm keeping it like this. So just to give it a kind of a benefit of the doubt as a resistance rail or another resistance line. It broke down that black bottom band, but it didn't come down to this green bottom band. It already broke back into the black. So I'm going to remove this from the picture. It may still come down to this green bottom band before it rallies and smashes through that blue line. Dow Jones cash is the same. It may come down to this golden bottom band. It would be a nice level to buy into. I thought it would come down to this red plus golden yesterday, somehow like a spike down and then bottom out. I wish it did. I was watching that, but it didn't really get there. But it is still consolidating. There is not much happening right now. Nasdaq is also, you can see here, that red, so initially that red support was broken, that red spin-off channel. Then the black bottom band, or this black support rail, was broken, which is why we sold off. Then we back tested it, and then we came down. The same thing happened on ES, which is why we shorted. You can see here, that was 56.30. So the blue support was broken, back tested that 56.30.31. We shorted it, came down. Now it's getting up to that level. We already closed half of the short, as I said. So it's a safe trade. I'm not going to take a loss on that one at all. So what we have here on the NASDAQ, we broke down the black, we broke down the red, which is why we shorted, we sold off, it came down for a back test, it came down. Now maybe it will back test that black broken support one more time. Was there a support here? Kind of. It wasn't really a very precise. That black bottom band was not really very precise. What I would expect is that it gets to the purple bottom band and we see a really nice push. So I can also argue that this purple internal support was also broken yesterday, which gives me more hope about the purple bottom band as a potential major support to start to rally one more time. Nasdaq cash had broken that green internal support together with the purple bottom band. That's why it sold off. I'm going to remove that, and we have this possible green support rail or zone. Okay, and is it also like it may get to the purple, come back down to the golden bottom band, and then from there, together with the golden and red, we bounce off it and rally big time. So that's wishful thinking. I hope it happens. It rallies, comes down. That purple plus red, golden plus red double support is going to be at 19,430 on the Nasdaq cash. Russell, so let me put it on the continuous chart as well. It's slightly different on the futures continuous. That level that could get to that golden plus purple is already passed. I thought it was going to come down here yesterday during the sell-off and then spike down and then rally, but it didn't happen. That purple bottom band is still our potential support. So now Russell is inside this red uptrend, okay, and we may touch that red bottom band one more time. It may look like it is breaking, but that purple bottom band is also a potential bull flag scenario. That purple bottom band rallies off it. So, and the level for RTY would be at 2147. FTSE is now going to try that green resistance break one more time eventually, and it will clear it, I believe. DAX is on a rip, and that blue support that I mentioned yesterday, it broke down, but then it recovered and made new highs, which is why it is very bullish still, but it's entering some overhead wins area. It cleared this green internal resistance, which is why, and it back tested it. It also tested that purple internal, or that kind of that resistance zone. Okay, something like this, right? There was quite a lot of resistance there. It has cleared that now, which is why I think today's target is going to be 1869-ish, 18,690 for a big reversal at that green plus purple. Not big, but it could reverse, maybe even come back down to that red bottom band, and then a major rally may resume. It has been an amazing rally since the bounce off that green. I'm going to show it on the 6-hourly chart. That long-term green support held right there, right? Of course, my data on DAX has always given me some troubles, and it was showing as a green support yesterday's chart, but now it is slightly off. Either way, that green support zone, and I think there was also a gap fill here. Yeah, 17,100-ish. Is it get there? Yeah, it has gone below that, filled that gap, and then rallied. So now, is it going to stop at that purple, come back down, and then rally? That's the question, and I think there is a reason to believe it will. Okay, so this green support line, right, this is what I believe is going to happen. We're going to eventually get to that green top band, which is 21,500. A really long shot, but looking also CAC, the French index, you can see the breakout of the purple, it's delivering more highs, more buying. That is not surprising. If it comes down for a back test, that we should be a buyer to start rallying towards this gap fill at over 8,000. TLT is approach. It should get to that green top band at 100, 101. Also this treasury note, that blue top band. Oil yesterday, I just noticed this black line that turned into a support. I missed this, unfortunately, but that turned into a support. That line turned into a support, and we broke out of this purple downtrend and even back tested it. Now this green overhead line may turn into a resistance. If it does, we may see it coming down one more time, even break that black support and get to 70. I'm still doing some wishful thinking, and thinking like it is going to come down to that blue bottom band at $70, and then we rally and we can buy that. And Brent oil is exactly the same. It came down to that blue support zone. It didn't really touch it, which is why I think there is still an option to really do that. I'm going to put this one as a potential resistance rail from the highs of what was that, July, beginning of July. We broke out of the golden downtrend. We can remove that. It has been broken. It's this red failed bull flag that was broken back into. You can see 3 trials, and now it's broken back into. So I'm going to remove that as well. Where do we go from here? That's the question. I'm going to now put in another resistance potential, which is this one. Excuse me. Yeah, that red one, let's put this in red, may turn into a resistance, and then we may see it coming down towards 75, touch that blue plus purple, that it would be around 74.50. Natural gas is still selling. It's at that red internal support line. That was resistance, was broken and back tested twice, but it actually keeps on pushing. Of course, the reason was the golden top band together with the blue on the September contract, and the red bottom band that I showed yesterday as a potential support, this one, didn't really hold, which was good news for bears, really. And I think now that golden support rail, if it does break as well, that support rail, if it bounces and then maybe breaks, it still is targeting 1700, that golden bottom band on the September contract. So gold a little bit tricked yesterday, because that golden major resistance that was broken to the upside, the back test was broken. So this here was broken. It bounced off the blue broken resistance back test, and it also tried to, I actually cleared this green bottom band, which is why I panicked and I got out of my long, which was wrong, because it then recovered and it is now breaking this black bull flag. Okay, and we still have this blue resistance, 1, 2, 3 touches. Maybe we come down a little bit, back test that, and then rally. Which is why I think we should have a look at this green uptrend one more time. This is our bottom band. That is the internal support right there, that resistance, internal resistance line. And then the green top band is our target. So this is much more clearer. That's only has one touch, so I think we're going to get to that 57, that green and red top band intersection of it. I mean, I can give you a date. Of course, it has to get there very fast by next week. That's 25.75. But first, it has to really get out of this consolidation. It is, you can see that golden resistance is still holding together with the blue. So today, maybe we'll see a back test and then rally higher. On the continuous futures, it's also the same, the exact same picture, blue plus green. The golden one was broken down, but it's broken back up. So that golden support, I may argue that it is still holding, because if I do something like this, it is kind of a rail support that has held yesterday. You can see those are the supports, and it does back tested. It did back tested. Now the black bull flag is broken. The purple rail should be broken eventually, and I think we're going to see a major rally starting very soon on gold. Silver is quite critical here. I mentioned about that red top band as a potential resistance at 29.90. It touched 30. That was the perfect reversal. It cleared that diagonal blue support right yesterday. It bounced off the black bottom band now. We may get a backtest on that blue, but after that, if it touches and reverses, and if it breaks this black bottom band, that is a bear flag breakdown, which is why silver may still get to that $25 point, which is my triple support rail. I hope it does. It's wishful thinking, obviously, but maybe it will. So that one is going to be quite critical. Yeah, that $25 hopefully will happen so that we can buy it big. But of course, break out of that red top band is going to look very bullish already, and that also becomes a buy signal. On the silver continuous chart, though, yeah, that red top band is a little bit tricky because of this. So it's not really as precise as the spot chart, which is why I check mostly I check both. Platinum, you can see it stalled at that green potential resistance, which became a confirmed. Then it came down and broke down the blue support, and it back tested it yesterday, which is why platinum still is bearish. And of course, it would look much more bearish if it breaks that green bottom band, which is at 940. Now, this is copper, and copper broke down that golden support. That golden support initially bounced a little bit, then broke, and it is backtesting it. So, where do we go from here? It still is bearish inside that red downtrend, and it is a bull flag. So until it breaks, there is still an option for it to come down and break this major blue support. So the danger of coming down big is not over yet. It hasn't passed. For that, it has to break that red top band. Now we have euro that has broken all the resistance levels, and you can see including that golden top band, and it is going to be back tested, and then we rally from there. That red top band is still our target, and it is a major resistance if and when it gets there. Okay, and that level is around $1.15, maybe lower, around 114 or so. Pound sterling had broken that golden resistance, and it back tested it. Now you can see that golden resistance is from the highs of 2008. So pound sterling has broken this purple. It is now going to get to that green top band, maybe even completely ignore it, or it will pull back to the purple and then rally big to break it. Either way, a major breakout has happened, and I think there's going to be more upside all the way to 145 from here. And US dollar, Japanese yen, again, still looking bearish because of this red broken uptrend. DXY still looking bearish because it still, this is the golden uptrend that was broken. Then the red bull flag that failed and got back tested. Everything was looking bearish, obviously, for US dollar. And the obvious target is that blue bottom band at 99.50 or around 100. Aussie dollar also looking like it wants to get to that blue top band. And Kiwi has already broken this giant resistance from the highs of 2021. And that's why I'm not expecting any more down move from that golden. You can see the two back tests. Yeah, 2-3 back tests also held on that one, which is why I'm not expecting any more 61.25, or maybe just later on if it touches this red, you can see this red channel is forming, right? It may get to the blue top band, come back down, that red bottom band holds, and then we rally to that blue top band and smash it. Obviously, that blue top band's break is going to also become a major breakout. Finally, US dollar CAD is kind of breaking to the downside on that blue support. Let's now have a look at coffee. 255 is still a major level. I'm hoping that it's not going to break down below that 227 level. Even that black support, even if that black support breaks, okay, I still have this blue one coming our way, and that should hold at least. Maybe that 227 gap fill is going to happen at that blue support, and then we keep on rallying to that blue bottom band at 275. Major breakdown by wheat. This was the initial break, and now the green support is also broken. 1, 2, 3. Huge breakdown. I'm very disappointed because I thought that that green support is going to hold and we rally to the red top band, but it is not really bottoming out. Okay, and this is the September contract, and you can see the green internal resistance, right? That didn't really break to the upside, and the green internal support is holding, but I think there's going to be more downside. Soybeans is the same. You can see it had broken that blue bottom band and it's still digging deep, and soybeans is inside this golden downtrend now. This is the reversal, so I think we're going to get to around, as long as that golden top band holds, we're going to get to 920, 910. So it's still a very short. It's still a short. Similarly, corn couldn't break that blue top band. It still is selling, right? That blue bottom band is here. I'm going to put this in this is the 4-hourly chart. You can see that blue top band is still very much holding, and corn is digging deep, like all the other agriculturals. And corn's red bull flag was broken to the downside. I thought it will break to the upside, but it is broken to the downside and it penetrated back into the blue support, right? And yeah, that is not looking very good for corn. Maybe we'll see another touch on that golden bottom band. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. It's still there, but looking very, very weak indeed. It may still touch. I think it will touch, especially if it does backtest it. It has already backtested it, but if it does backtest one more time, we come down to 365, 64, something like that. Cocoa is the only one, only agricultural, that is looking very good because of this green uptrend, and it is breaking that red top band. It had already broken this bull flag, the blue top band, and it is now breaking out properly. Sugar is interesting, and sugar, because it bounced off the red support, and it is, 1 second, just bear with me. Yeah, it is clearing that red. I'm going to put this in red. Right, that red resistance is also breaking. This is the continuous futures, of course, and we also have this October contract that is breaking this red. So the golden channel was broken after the bounce off the green. Now this looks very bullish all of a sudden, or cautiously bullish, I must say. So I think it will get to 19, and then we will see whether it touches that green and blue and then smashes through it. That's what it has to do. But at the moment, the target is 19, and cotton is approaching that blue top band slowly. Maybe it will reverse one more time, but then after that, maybe a breakout is possible. Now, let's have a look at Bitcoin. It had broken and backtested the red resistance, and it became a support. The black uptrend is very much on. It should get to that green top band, maybe that green support resistance rail, and then possibly even that black top band. And then if it does reverse and black breaks that black bottom band, it may actually come down one more time. Ethereum is inside this red potential downtrend. It hasn't really tested that red top band. So that golden resistance is still holding. So there may be more downside when it gets there. Gas inside the green sideways channel. That's a bull flag. PAL, same story. It's that blue and green supports that are holding. Excuse me, Zcash may backtest that $36 breakout level and then bounce. Pepe is inside the green bull flag. Monero has to get to 185. This is Binance coin. This is one of the good looking ones because of the green bull flag breakout and the bounce off that red giant support. So for the rally to continue it now without coming down to that red, it should break that green. The blue top band for good and massive rally starts. OM may come down to that red bottom band and then slice through it. Bounce off it to get to that red top band. And Ripple has to break 70 or 65 cents. Solana is still inside the golden and Jasmine inside the blue bull flag. Aave is approaching that 155 level. Other than that, I don't really have anything interesting. I'm ready to take any chart requests on altcoins or any stock charts, obviously, for the stock members. Well, just one more here. TIA has formed this purple resistance, so the next one may break it to get it up to that red top band, maybe eventually to break it out. All right, guys, take care. Keep in touch. Bye.